Alright everyone, well I think the time is finally here to do the turbo swap on the 62 Pete. I'm not exactly ready to do it, but you know what, there's never going to be a right time to do it. You know, I was hoping to get everything I need for parts, but there's a lot of things I'm not really going to know about, like for the air cleaner and, you know, just tubing and plumbing and stuff. I'm not really going to know exactly what I need until I get the new one in there. So I'm just going to go for it and just see what happens. So like I said, this is the turbo that's in it now is a D series turbo out of a M135 or M35A2 deuce and a half Army truck. So it's a little small. So I'm going to put the correct turbo back in this motor now that I found one, so it should run a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get it torn apart and see what we have to work with here once it's apart. Hopefully with any luck it'll go right together pretty easy. Alright, well I got the turbo all out. Here it is in here without turbo in it. Yeah, it's pretty simple because I just put it in, you know, like 3-4 years ago, something like that. So everything came apart pretty easy. So now that it's out, you can really see a stupid table. I'm gonna end up breaking this table in half with all this weight, but you can really see this is the correct turbo. This is the turbo from the Army truck that was in there. I mean, you could tell, you know, like there's my hand on that one. And there's my hand on that one. It's like this is 5-inch, and I think this is like 2.5-inch or something. So that's like twice the size. I mean, this hole here is about the same, but I mean, it just, you know, even this part here, this is really small. You know, I mean, it's just a bigger, you know, even the center bearing here, you could see that my hand fits in this one, and like 2 fingers go in this one. So I mean, this one will be a lot more reliable too. I mean, it's a correct turbo. It's just built a lot heavier duty and stuff. So yeah, I mean, you know, and then I won't have to, I had this PVC pipe thing that I built right here. I mean, that I had to be careful because if I built too much boost up, it would just pop this stupid thing right off. I think it would pop this one off. Let me set it down. It would pop that one off right there if it built like more than 20 pounds of boost. So I'm not really sure how much boost these old trucks are supposed to have anyway. You know, like I said, you can't really find any kind of information on this engine. So, you know, I'm lucky I even found that turbo. I just happened to get a good deal on a 1674 that was junk. I bought the whole engine pretty much just for the turbo. Man. Alright. Of course, I'm going to have to move stuff around. I'm gonna have to move stuff around before I can even get a bolt started, it looks like. Damn it. Be nice to not have to put this thing up here like 30 times. Let me just get a bolt in one of these holes just to hold it for now. Alright, let's see. I'm going to have to loosen this up here. I have to loosen that up and then spin this, it looks like. To try to get this to go on, which will be nice because then nothing will blow out again. I think that's actually going to go. I think that's actually going to come off for us. Look at that. Oh, it's O-ring. Alright. I really don't like taking stuff apart. I don't have to. I realize that whole entire thing comes off. Alright, well that's alright. Let's well, let me try to get another bolt down in here started. At least get this part lined up. I'm gonna get this clamp loosened up. I'm gonna get this spun a little bit and get the other one on there and see what happens. So we'll put you in time-lapse mode for that. So here it is, the next day of this project. I got the turbo all mounted on and everything. All the bolts are tight. I have the oil return line all mounted on. That was basically the same, so there's like no modification to do there. I have the old exhaust that I kind of cobbled on before with like 100 miles of flex pipe taken out. So this is the original piece that was in the truck right here. Originally this would go on the turbo. The turbo thing fits in there, and there's like a piston ring kind of thing on it to seal it. So this is originally what came out of the truck. Goes to a 4-inch. Had an exhaust brake on it at one time, but I'm not going to hook that back up. So I'm going to put that all back in the way it was. Everything should fit in there. So let's go ahead and get that put in and see what happens. This thing's really heavy. Hopefully, let's see here. Alright. Woo, that thing's heavy. Actually wasn't that bad. Wow. That figures. Looks like one of the bolts that I tried to get out before is stuck in there. Shit. Well, worry about that later. Alright, just finished tightening those bolts up, and let's get you down here. It's probably not every day many people see a 1673 anymore. I actually only know of one video on YouTube that has a truck starting up with one, and that's it. So I kind of want to do as much as I can showing this motor, because I know they're really rare anymore. I mean, they're just like impossible to find parts for these things. So I hate to say it, but if something ever happens with this motor, you know, even just something simple as a water pump, it's probably going to get yanked. And I'm definitely going to keep a cat in here. I mean, this is my dream truck and I'm a cat guy, so probably what'll end up in here if this motor ever blows up is 3406B or something like that. Or depending if I'm really rich at the time, it'll be an 18 liter. It'll be a C18 with an 18 speed behind it. That'd be cool. So, alright, anyway. Let's, I'll get those bolts tightened up and we'll get underneath the truck and see what we got to do for getting the rest of the exhaust hooked up, the Y pipe and everything for the other stack. Yeah, that thing really sounds cool. That's the old cat whistle right there. It's like Caterpillar has their own unique sound with the turbo. It's not just a whistle, it's like the, I don't know. I guess if you're obsessed like me, then you might know. But anyway, it sounds really cool, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of the exhaust figured out, get the Y pipe on, and then after that we'll figure out something for the air cleaner and get that mounted and everything. So we'll start doing that. Alright, so here's the bottom of that pipe. 4-inch 4 to 5 coupler, a little bit of flex pipe, straight pipe, and here we go. This is where the Y will go on, or the T. So I gotta cut this a little shorter. Actually, this looks like it's going together pretty good. Cut this a little shorter, and I'll go ahead and get the Y or the T and see what it's going to take to get that put on. Alright, well, I got the other side on, driver's side. The 45, a little bit of flex pipe, another 5-inch, and that goes to the T. So I didn't record this because this was a real pain in the ass trying to get on, and there was a lot of trimming, and you know, I mean, you guys get it, you know, I mean, you know, like this was an inch too long, so I had to trim it down like 3 times, and you know, it took like an hour to get on. So I mean, it's just a matter of just, you know, messing with it until you get it to fit. So you know what, I'm gonna do another startup on this thing because I can't wait to hear what it sounds like with both stacks. Alright, well here we are about a couple days later. We had a couple days of rain and stuff, so nice 70-degree day out today. So I went down to the hardware store and picked out some PVC pipe and some boots, and you know, got a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, this stuff's pretty cheap, so I got more than enough what I need. So my plan is to make the intake tube that goes from the air breather to the intake of the turbo out of the PVC pipe. So it's got to come out of the turbo and go that way, and then this piece has to go on, then it's got to come back that way and go into the air cleaner. So I'm gonna get to work cutting and stuff, fitting together. Probably gonna take a while to get it right. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a cheapskate when it comes to this kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, I can spend $500 or $600 and have it made out of polished aluminum and have it look really good, but you know what, I can also paint it yellow after I'm done gluing it together and it'll look just as good and save a whole bunch of money. So, you know, for what this is, it'll serve the purpose and it'll look pretty good if I do a good job. So I'm gonna start splicing things together, and we'll get together when I get that done. All right, well, I got all the pipes and everything all kind of test fitted and ready to go. So let's get the air cleaner put on and start getting the pipes fitted up here. Alright, that's looking pretty good now. That looks pretty badass on there. It's all hooked up. Let's look at the inside. That went together pretty nice with that PVC pipe. I think that'll look good once I either paint it yellow or the color I'm painting the truck. I think that'll look real nice. And it's cheap. I mean, I probably got like 30 or 40 bucks in that whole thing. That looks pretty good. Alright, so there you have it. Got 2 stacks hooked up, the Y pipe in, got the air cleaner in. Here's the other air cleaner that's going to go on the other side. I didn't put that on. I'm not going to put that on quite yet, because that one there is just going to be for looks for now. And those air cleaners are so big, I mean, it would just be crazy to hook them both up. So that one there is just going to be for looks after I put the visor on and stuff like that. Probably when I get closer to painting it, I'll get to putting that on. But it wouldn't really be any sense in doing it now. You know, obviously I'm going to paint the stacks. I'll probably get some chrome tips or something to go on them that like stick another 2 or 3 feet up. I mean, it looks pretty cool with the short stacks. Sounds good too. A turbo definitely sounds a lot better and everything for this. So yeah, I guess that's it. There she is. Just one more step closer to getting where I want it. So it's another truck that got a turbo put on it. So I know everybody liked the last one and was really excited about seeing me put that turbo on that Detroit. I guess this is more of just changing a turbo rather than putting a turbo on it, but it's still exciting to put the air cleaner and the dual straight pipes on it. The old cat sounds real good with those straight pipes. So I guess this is where this video is going to end for now. Not sure what I'm going to do to this truck next. Probably either body work or putting the visor on or something like that along them lines, putting the glass in, something like that. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks for watching.